Hey guys, FNAF 22 here with our video, and in today's video, we are talking about one of my favorite gaming franchise of all time.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Now, we're not just talking about Five Nights at Freddy's. Something big that comes with every huge gaming franchise is merchandise, and one of my favorite pieces of merchandise is very cute, marketable plushies. So in today's video, we are going to be doing Five Nights at Freddy's plushie comparison. Now, I did this video a few years ago, and it did really well. You guys seem to really like it. This is kind of like a remake of that very first video, just because I had to take that last video down due to some stuff, and I really didn't like it, and I kind of want to do it in my new editing format. So in today's video, we're going to look at the 5 major brands of FNAF with Funko, Jazzwares, Sanshi, U2s, and Hex, and we're just going to talk about their best, or their version of a FNAF character, like for example Freddy Fazbear, and we're going to talk about which FNAF plushie did it best, ranking them between 1 to 5, so who's the worst and who's the best. Here's the format you guys can see on screen. As you can see, we got dividers showing each group. We've got Funko, Jazzwares, Sanshi, U2s, and Hex. Each character will show up here, and then we'll kind of talk about it. You'll kind of get the idea once we jump in, and sorry if I sound a bit sick. I feel like I might be getting sick, but either way, let's jump straight into this video with the head and face of FNAF.
The animatronic characters here do get a bit quirky.
So as you guys can now see on screen, we've got every different iteration of Freddy Fazbear. We've got Funko, Jazzwares, Sanshi, U2s, and Hex. Now we're just going to kind of talk about which is the best version of Freddy Fazbear in plushie form. Now, last time I did this, Jazzwares was not a thing, so we only had these 4 companies, so now we've got 5. So this is pretty cool. Now, I'm going to go worst to best, so I'm going to start with like my least favorite and then go up to my favorite. And I'm so sorry, but I just have to say it. My least favorite Freddy Fazbear has to be the U2s. Now, I do like U2s, I just don't really like the chibi style they go for. I know U2s has many different iterations of FNAF characters in different plushies, but I'm just going with the basic one I see on Google Images, which is like the chibi standing plush. And it's a very good Freddy plushie, but honestly, my least favorite. And for number 4 is really hard. I think I have to go the Hex plushie. I love Dawko and the Hex company. They're a very cool concept. I love like the button eyes, the Coraline type style, and I love that they have magnets in them so you can take them all apart and put them back together. But when I think of Freddy Fazbear, I just think of these 3 more often, the more classic looking Freddy. So we're gonna go 5 U2s, 4 Hex, and then for number 3, oh, this is really hard because all 3 of these have a very similar look, especially Funko and Sanshi. Jazzwares just has a more deeper color, which I really do like, as well as the material on the Jazzwares plushies are very nice. Oh, I don't know. Funko's my OG Freddy, so I think I'm gonna go 5 U2s, 4 Hex, 3 Jazzwares, 2 Sanshi, number 1 Funko, just because I love all 3 of these guys. It's very hard to choose between these guys, but Sanshi is the OG, and they are the plushies in the actual FNAF games. Funko's just my number 1 for Freddy. You know, I have a very close connection to this version of Freddy.
I feel so sick.
And I absolutely just love the Funko Freddy, so that's what we're going to do. 1 is Funko, 2 Sanshi, 3 Jazzwares, 4 Hex, and 5 U2s. So this is kind of how the video works. We're just going to talk about some other characters. We're going to have about 4 to 5 characters in each video. So after Freddy Fazbear, let's go on to everybody's favorite bunny. And next up, we have our favorite blue and purple bunny. We've got Bonnie. So, of course, we've got all the different iterations here. And this one is also, once again, very hard. I really like all of these. But once again, unfortunately, I think U2s is going to take the 5th spot. I do like the U2s one. I think the Bonnie is better than Freddy. I think all of these Bonnies are amazing. But I think, once again, next is going to be Hex. I really do like these. I like how he has his guitar. But just once again, Funko, Jazzwares, and Sanshi absolutely kill it when it comes to Bonnie. So we're going to go number 5 U2s, number 4 Hex, and then these 3, once again, it gets really hard, but I honestly think I'm going to go number 3 Funko, number 2 Jazzwares, and I think Sanshi is going to take the number 1 spot for Bonnie. He just has a very iconic look for this plushie, and I think the Sanshi version of Bonnie is so adorable, so cool looking. So yeah, we're going to go 5 U2s, 4 Hex, 3 Funko, number 2 will be Jazzwares, just because that one looks amazing and I love the colors of it, and number 1 will be Sanshi. I know we kind of moved through that fast, but you know what, let's just move on to the woman who loves to eat. You know, some people call her a big back. Let's move on to... Alrighty, now this character might have some of the most debatably worst plushies, but some of these are also really, really good. Jazzwares and Sanshi, to be honest with you. So here is our list of 5, and for once, U2's is not taking the last spot because that will go to this girl. Funko is definitely taking the last spot with Chica. This is just absolutely a crime to society. This Chica is one of the worst FNAF and one of the worst Funko plushies of all time. Even though I do have some lore with this Chica and on this channel, Funko Chica is definitely going last spot, number 5, no doubt about it. And then I think after that, number 4 will be U2's. I do think the U2's one is better than the Funko one, but like I said, I'm not very into like the stylized chibi style for the U2's plushies. I think U2's make great FNAF merchandise. They're just not my favorite. So we'll go number 5 Funko, number 4 U2's, and then I think number 3 is going to be Hex. I really do like this Chica. I think this is actually one of Hex's best plushies. And of course, you get the amazing little cupcake as an add-on. But honestly, I just think it's way too hard to beat out the other two. And I think here we got to go number 2 Jazzwares and number 1 Sanshi. The Sanshi plushie is iconic. It is OG. I think it even does have a magnet in its hand so you can magnetize the cupcake off, on and off, which I know Jazzwares doesn't have. I do think Jazzwares has a really good style as well as a really good feeling. Like, they're very fuzzy, very nice. But I think the Sanshi one just barely beats it out, looking way more iconic. And of course, that's the same Chica from the very first game. So we're going number 5 Funko, number 4 U2's, 3 Hex, 2 Jazzwares, and of course number 1 Sanshi. Now let's move on from Chica. We've got the main stage done. Let's move on to the 4th and one of the most loved animatronics in Five Nights at Freddy's history. Let's move on to...
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really.
Alrighty, and to finish out the original 4 from the very first game, we had Freddy, we had Bonnie, we had Chica. Now we've got our boy Foxy, and honestly, a lot of these Foxies look very similar. A lot of these Foxies look like the exact same plushie, especially the first 3 in Funko, Jazzwares, and Sanshi, so this is going to be very hard to rank. I honestly think easily at number 5 we have the U2's plushie. I think this is actually one of U2's best chibi plushies is Foxy. He does look a little too happy, but I guess that does help with the Foxy good guy theory, but I think this one is really, really well. I even like the little patch of fur here on the chest. I think this is a really great plushie, but when it comes to the other 4 that it's standing up against, I think it has to go 5th place. Now, honestly, I think at number 4, I'm going to put the Jazzwares plushies. I really like the Jazzwares plushies. I think this Foxy is a really great interpretation, but the other 3, I just like things slightly more, and I think it is a kind of a bummer that Jazzwares doesn't have a real eye patch. It is kind of just sewn in. It's not actually like a 3D object, so I honestly think Jazzwares is going number 4, and then I think, oh, this is hard. I think number 3 is going to have to be the Hex plushie. I really do like the Hex plushie. This is one of the best Hex plushies as well. I think he looks absolutely amazing, but you just can't beat that OG plushie Foxy that Funko and Sanshi share, and I actually think I'm going to go Funko 2 and Sanshi 1. Obviously, the original Sanshi plushies are some of the best of all time. I think this one looks great. I think they both do really good jobs. They show the same amount of accuracy. I just like that the Sanshi one is a little bit bigger, and I think some of the details are just more broad and more better. So here we've got U2's 5, Jazzwares 4, Hex 3, Funko 2, and Sanshi number 1. If you can't tell, the original Sanshi plushies, like I said, are some of the best, but I also do like a lot of the original Funko plushies. Every company here makes amazing FNAF plushies, just some are better than others. And let's move on to the last character of today's video. You could say he is a secret character. Of course, I am talking about my boy
Fiddle, riddle, tiddle, tiddle, fiddle, riddle, tiddle, tiddle.
And yeah, guys, our last character for today's FNAF plush comparison is going to be our boy, Golden Freddy. So like I said, in every video we'll have about 4 to 5 different characters. So I thought for the first video, let's just do the original 4 and of course Golden Freddy. Now, if you notice something weird here, there is no Jazzwares Golden Freddy except for a very squishable squishmallow. But yeah, there's no Jazzwares Golden Freddy. So today for Golden Freddy, it's just going to be 4 rankings because every other company has one. So we've got the original Funko one, we've got the original Sanshi, and then we've got U2's version, which honestly you're about to hear now isn't going to rank very high. And then Hex doesn't have like a classic Golden Freddy. They only have a Fredbear and a Withered Golden Freddy, but I decided to use the Withered Golden Freddy since in the games that one is known as just Golden Freddy, and also none of these other companies have made a Withered version. So I'm going to save the Fredbear for a different video. We're going to use Withered, and we've only got 4 places here. Easily last place is U2's. It's literally just a golden version of their Freddy plushie. I know it's Golden Freddy, but Golden Freddy in the games isn't actually golden. He's yellow. Easy, no doubt. U2's is number 4. Now I think at the number 3 spot, I'm gonna have to go... At number 3, I'm going to have to go Hex. I honestly really like this plushie. I didn't even know this was a real plushie, but I think he looks amazing. I really like the Withered line of plushies, and maybe we'll see that in a future FNAF plush comparison. Either way, though, this Hex plushie is really, really good, but you just can't beat the OG. And with that being said, I'm going number 2 Funko, and once again, number 1 Sanshi. I almost went number 1 Funko just because to me, that Golden Freddy plushie is synonymous with the character. It's amazing. I love it so much, but come on, you can't beat the little shifty eyes of the Sanshi version. Of course, he is a more bigger plushie, so he actually matches the size of what he would look like in the real FNAF games. I'm sorry, Funko, but Sanshi has to take the cake here. Sanshi's Golden Freddy plushie is amazing. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. This was just kind of a fun video to do, kind of a burner video to fill a spot while I'm working on some other bigger projects. Let me know in the comments down below which is your favorite company that has made plushies, and of course, let me know what your favorite plushie of each character is. Of course, we just started with the original 4 and Golden Freddy, but like I said, if you guys like this and want to see this as a real series, we'll do more episodes, you know, maybe with FNAF 2 characters, Withered characters, other main characters like Springtrap. Let me know all that in the comments down below. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you always be notified when I drop another video. And really, please do subscribe, because looking at the time I'm recording this, I'm almost at 600 subscribers, so that would be like really cool, and like I thought it was pretty funny, so like thank you guys. So yeah, guys, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. For the next video, I don't really know what it will be. I do have some like FNAF 2 movie videos to do in mind to dive a little bit deeper into my theory, since it looks like you guys liked my review video. I've got, of course, the Mortal Kombat and Marvel Rival video on the back burner right now as I'm working on getting some custom art made for that video. So yeah, guys, lots of videos coming soon. So once again, just like I said, subscribe and, you know, hit that bell so you're notified for when I drop another video. But I will see you guys in the next one. Deuces.